Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, I'm back again with another video, and in today's video, you see the title, we're going to be speaking about Tate McRae. So if you're interested in Tate McRae, pop, hip-hop, conspiracy theories, trending topics, female rap, anything I really feel like discussing, then go on ahead and subscribe, and let's get into this video. So if you clicked on this video, then you obviously know who Tate McRae is. She's insanely popular, she's been all over the place for her new singles, Greedy, Exes, and even still You Broke Me First. I still hear that song around occasionally. And she's just a really charismatic character. Like, she seems funny, she seems cool, she's a brilliant dancer, everything like that, right? So she dropped an album. I heard a little bit of buzz around it when it first dropped, and I honestly haven't heard anything since. Like, honestly, Tate McRae's album and her overall hype and conversation online kind of came and went, at least in this present moment. Like, I'm really in tune to pop, I'm really in tune to pop culture, hip hop, R&B. Like, I'm kind of all over in the spaces of music, and I haven't seen anybody really talking about this album since it dropped. It has 13 tracks on it. I listened to it personally, and I couldn't really find too many standout tracks on the album outside of the singles that blew up that are super memorable because I constantly hear them all the time. But outside of that, there wasn't anything that I could really take away from this album that was just brilliant or remarkable. And I just remember seeing online in the onset of Tate McRae's kind of breakout moment with her hit singles that she has currently right now, people comparing her to Britney Spears and saying that she's this and that and Christina Aguilera and da da da. And there was just so much like explosion on my like For You pages on like Twitter and Instagram. Like, all I could see was Tate McRae. And I had no idea who she was because I had never looked her up or even knew who she was before, she blew up into, the mainstreamness of it all. And I don't see those conversations at all now. Like, it's like they were there when Greedy and Exes came out, and now I don't see them at all. They were there like when she dropped the music video that was very reminiscent of like 2000s Britney and Christina Aguilera. You know, the video where she was in those like little panties and she was dancing around. I don't know if they were panties or were they panties or shorts? You know what video I'm talking about. The video where she was like all glossy and greased up and she looked like Christina Aguilera in the 2000s. You know what I mean? When that video came out, that is where I was just starting to see her name out a lot more. And I watched the video and I was like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. I get what the hype is about. I get it. She's a brilliant dancer. Her song is good. It's a hit song. And everybody was like talking about Tate. Like, she was on the tip of everybody's tongues at that point. So I was just like, oh, okay. Her album dropped. I didn't even know that it dropped until a little bit after it came out already. And then I hadn't heard anything about the album since then. The only thing I'm still hearing about Tate McRae is her singles that are out right now. And so I went to go check because I was curious to see, like, okay, how did the album do? You know what I mean? Just like sales. Okay, so Think Later debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200, earning 66,000 equivalent album units first week, and 8,000 were pure sales. Now, I don't think that this is bad at all. Like, Tate McRae is a new artist, at least to the mainstream. I know she had been making music like well before she dropped this album, but in terms of her mainstream breakout, this is her mainstream breakout where all the eyes were on her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think this is too bad. Other artists who have had to put out mainstream debut albums have done worse. So this is not bad at all. My issue with this isn't the sales or, the equivalent units or the pure sales or any of that. My issue is I just don't hear anybody talking about this album. Like, for example, we've had other girls who are like more or less in the mainstream ish who have put out work that we are hearing about, that people are raving about or praising, like recent albums that have come out. And Tate McRae is just not one of them. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I would have thought it would have been an album that people were talking about because Tate McRae has been really popular and like in everybody's mouths and on everybody's minds, at least the last, few months from what I thought. And it seems like the industry was propping her up to be like the next big pop it girl. You know what I'm saying? At least that's the vibe that I got from seeing her everywhere when I didn't know who she was at all and I was seeing her. So I'm thinking, okay, that means the media is putting her out here because I have never searched for this woman before. Even though the album didn't sell terrible its first week, it doesn't seem like many people are really paying attention to this album. I haven't heard anybody talk about the songs off of it or really get into like, oh my gosh, this is a great body of work. Like, I haven't been hearing that. And I keep my ears to the pop street specifically, and I just haven't heard it. So, you guys let me know, like, are you guys streaming Tate's album? Like, what did you think of it? What do you think the public perception of Tate is at this point? Where is she going next? Is she going to be putting out another album? Is she going to be putting out some more singles? Like, I'm curious to see what she's going to do because it seems like she kind of dropped this album and then it kind of went radio silent. So I went to go check her Instagram just now in between editing this video to see if there's any updates in regards to her album that she just dropped or a future one. And her last post was just of her showing, hey, my album's out now, go listen to it or whatever. And then the post before that was a tour. Apparently it said World Tour 2024 for, you know, the album that she just dropped. And I was like, what? She's going on a world tour already this year, supposedly? I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And it was a lot of dates on there. So this is the tour picture. Oh wow, this is amazing. That's a lot of dates. So let me know, are you guys copying the tickets to go to see her on tour? And let me know what you guys thought of her album. Me personally, I didn't care for the album like really at all. So I am going to go ahead and see and tune in to see whatever she drops next or whatever she does next because I love pop music. So I'm going to be in tune to pretty much anything that's going on in pop. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing and your thoughts on Tate McRae, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.